Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh, yeah. Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on The Casey Malone Show.
Today, we visit a bed built for sleep in heavenly peace. And I play hockey on the only deck hockey rink in Ohio. But first, New York hairstylist Mia Santiago. Well, this is Mia Santiago, and she is a celebrity hairstylist. And she hails from Youngstown, Ohio. In fact, her mother still is living through my backyard. She grew up yards away from me.
Literally.
And really, 1 yard away. And now she is in New York City, and she travels the world doing celebrity hair. And every 8 weeks or so, 6 to 8 weeks, she comes to Canfield at Magnolias on the Green and does appointments for us local folk. But, you know, when you look at your work, it's mind-blowing, you know? And,
Thank
you. I just don't know, you know, how did you get from here to there? You know, hair school, of course.
Yes. It all came real easily. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. Lots of hard work.
So you go to regular hair school.
Yes, I actually went to hair school here in Austintown at Cassell's.
At Cassell's.
Yep.
And then how do you make that transition to New York City?
It was not an easy one, I will say that. It was, you know.
But you knew you just didn't want to do hair around here.
No, I mean, when I was living in Vegas prior, and I actually saw Sally Hirschberger, who owns a salon in New York City. So when I lived to go back just a bit, when I lived in Vegas, when I decided that, you know, I was gonna move back here, go to hair school, and then I was gonna move to New York City, everyone kind of thought I was crazy. They're like, oh, okay, because you're just gonna find that one lady on TV and then you're gonna go work for her, because that's how it works, right? And I was like, no, I really think I could do this, because I want to do magazines, I want to do celebrity, like I had like really big, I've always been a big dreamer, and that was a big dream for me. So I moved back here. 10 days after I graduated hair school, I went and I moved to New York, and I got a job at a salon that I ended up hating, but I'm not a quitter, so I worked there for 13 months, and I cried for about 13 months. You know, it was a really, really tough thing for me. And then I ended up losing that job. I got laid off. I called it fired, but they did technically lay me off. But it just was not the right fit for me. And I think sometimes we do these jobs and these things that don't suit us. I wasn't happy, but I was like going through the motions because I didn't want to quit, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a small community of people, believe it or not, in such a big city. And I ended up meeting Sally Hirschberger's assistant, and we became really good friends. We would watch football on Sundays because that's the Ohio girl in me.
Yes.
And they're actually from Seattle, the guys that were her assistants. So it was really cool to like form these friendships with people all over the country. And then he said, losing this job is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you, and it was.
And so then you start your adventure.
I did a 5-day interview. It wasn't like I just went and they were like, oh, okay, good, you want this job. It was like 5 days of just trying to figure things out. I've never worked in a salon of that caliber, and it was really an incredible introduction, and I met some amazing people there, but then I got hired. I still work there. I've been there for 10 years. I've traveled with Sally.
So what does a haircut cost at Sally Hirschberger?
My haircuts are $300.
$300, and that includes the blow dry.
It does.
And do you do coloring?
Never, no.
So you are just a cutter.
I cannot do color. Like, I wouldn't ask me to do it. I wouldn't make
because
an
they
attempt to do it.
specialize.
We specialize. So it's great because while I was an assistant at Sally Hirschberger, my mentor, her name is Mary Bernetti, she's literally the best person in the world, and she taught me everything that not everything I know, but she taught me like the fundamentals. She's still the head of education for Sally Hirschberger. So every Wednesday I got educated from one of the top hairstylists in the world, you know? So it was a really great experience for me, and I'm excited to be able to come back here and share all the knowledge and all the things that I've learned along the way.
And why do you want to come back here?
Well, I have a baby. I have a 2-year-old, so he's not really a baby, but, you know, I feel so fortunate to be from Youngstown. And, you know, sometimes to other people, they're like, where is it? I'm like, you should know where it is, because it's the best place in the world, actually.
Aww.
I do, I really feel like that. That's just not, I'm not just saying that. Youngstown has always been my home. It's always, and I've been gone for 19 years. So I'm 38, so I've been gone as long as
Well,
I
your
lived
mom
here.
and dad really like seeing the baby.
Yes,
And
so.
so that gives you a reason.
It does, but it is because a part of that too is because I have such great friends here still. Like, so I have so many friends here. I'm so lucky to say that. When I come home, it's parties and birthdays, and you know, I grew up with these people, and now our kids are playing together. Like, it's so important to me that my son has that fundamental balance to him and that heart. I'm sure growing up in the city is great too. I just don't know that life, and I want him to have an Ohio heart.
Well, I think it's awesome. You come back every 6 to 8 weeks. Your folks get to see Silas, and you know, you bring a little New York zhuzh
I'm excited.
to Youngstown.
I'm excited
and
to be
she
here.
still has Youngstown heart.
I'll always have Youngstown heart.
Now your prices, are they Youngstown prices?
You know, they are. I think so. It's half of my New York cut, so my cuts here are $150.
See, and hey, for a taste of New York, not bad, and you do know what you're doing.
I do, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So right now, just look right there and email Mia, and she will fit you in the next time she is in town.
Yes.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. I am here with Rudy the Dude from the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. And Rudy, you really take Eat, Drink, Celebrate seriously.
Yes, we do, Casey. Not only in our regular pub, but we have a banquet room, party room. We seat 25 to 150. We cater for private parties, meetings, banquets, showers, reunions, you name it, we can do it. We got you covered. Private menus, special menus, anything you need, Chef Reggie can work it out for you.
I just love the idea that you have the entire room, if you need it, and a private bar. In fact, my class reunion from the Academy is going to be held at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
And we thank you guys for coming. Like I said, it's you know, our motto is Eat, Drink, Celebrate. We like to specialize and help you out and do everything we can to make your memories last long.
Stop by. They will prove it. Here's to the Magic Tree.
Salute.
At the Vein Center and Med Spa, we realize the serious health issue varicose veins can cause. We know it's more than just cosmetic. We provide you with caring and personal service in a clean and friendly atmosphere. All vein procedures are done in our office during convenient and flexible hours by a medical doctor with over 20 years experience. The Vein Center and Med Spa also offers fillers and neurotoxin procedures, hydrofacials, and laser hair removal services. Call the Vein Center and Med Spa for a free consultation. See why our patients leave satisfied. Now accepting Anthem and Highmark.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may encounter. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at elizabethbernardlaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life. Trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Here at the Upstairs, we cater to everyone. When you come through the door, I treat you as though you're my friend. So there's all kinds of options here at the Upstairs. There's something on that menu for everyone. Great food, friendly service, very clean restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of good restaurants in our community. So I always feel honored when someone comes here. I want everybody coming through that door to leave here with a good experience.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. Shop Rulli Brothers, home of the famous Evening Express.
$5 Burger Mondays at Sadie's Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown. Well, this interview has taken a while.
You're right, it has.
Mickey and I have been talking for a while to try to get this set up. Mickey Carter is the chapter president for Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And what they do is build bunk beds for children in need. And this is a humming operation when they actually have the production day. And Mickey, when you told me about this group, how did you find out about it? Because you really don't think about children not having beds.
No, and the interesting thing about it is that the economic hardship in this area has been bad for quite some time. And being in the job that I am, being a bus driver for Austintown and that, I see kids all the time, and I get to see some of those hardships for the children in that. How I got involved in this is actually quite interesting. I was up watching Facebook videos into the wee hours down into the morning.
You need a hobby.
Exactly. Well, I have one now, which is great. But it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's time to put it down and that. And God told me watch one more video, and it was the Returning the Favor episode from Mike Rowe on Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And 8 months ago, I decided to take that journey and drive to Twin Falls, Idaho to become a chapter president and bring this back to Youngstown.
And that is where this group originated, out of Idaho?
Yes, it is. Kimberly, Idaho is established in 2012.
And how do you find the people that need the beds?
They actually go onto our website, shpbeds.org, and fill out an application. They just go on and request a bed. Once they've done that and filled out the application, it comes right back to our chapter, and we've had the applications.
Do you work with other groups? Because I see there's kids from the academy here today. And I know the SOS group is very involved in the community. Amy, classmate of mine, is heads up the SOS over at Ursuline. And do you reach out to other service groups to help you with these builds?
Yes, absolutely. We've reached out to just about every one of the Job and Family Services organizations in this area. We've had requests and that from as far out as Mercer and Sharon in our coverage area. The Sojourner House contacted me this week, and we'll also be working with them. Which is it's awesome. It's a blessing. We've got people here from Lutheran Redeemer Church, from Ursuline, from YSU, from Fitch High School. So we have a lot of different people represented here, family and friends.
And how does where is your funding arm? That is what we really need to get out there, right?
Yes, it really
you need money to build these beds.
We do. We're open for corporate sponsors. We will bring everything out to be able to build with corporations that would like to sponsor beds, and all they have to do is reach out to us, and we'll set everything up and get everything done from there. We've had some very generous donations from local churches and numerous private donors, which is amazing.
What is the cost of a bunk bed? Because they're all bunks. Do you do single beds?
We can easily separate them for single beds, which is amazing. It costs us $350 to make a bunk bed.
And that includes the mattress?
That includes everything, all the way down to the pillows and sheets.
Oh, so $350 a bed. All your labor is volunteer.
Yes, we are all volunteers. No one gets paid in this organization, and we all do it because we love it. I mean, the members that I have around me that God's been able to put me in contact with, and everybody that's coming through the path of this organization has just done amazing things.
Jaden is the PR director for Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and the steps to make the bed. You've been here already prepping everything.
That's correct. We've been here since last night, prepping. We've cut all the wood last night, and this morning we've been drilling the wood, drilling holes into the wood, and building the headboards, building the side rails on the beds, building all the safety features in the bed. And it starts, basically the bed starts from a pile of wood and it turns into a finished product that a child can sleep on.
Now, I see the cauldron over here, and the stain isn't what you usually think of as like a polyurethane. What are you using, a more natural product?
That stain is actually a mixture of distilled white vinegar and steel wool pads. Those ladies over there are staining all of the headboards, all of the side rails, and everything in the bed. It acts as a little bit of a bug repellent and just a little nicer feature on the bed, and it makes the bed really a high quality product.
So the vinegar must get its color, it eats away at the steel wool. Is that where it gets that, tannish color?
That's correct. The vinegar, obviously it's clear color, but it turns into a red, almost a rust color when it eats at the steel wool.
Well, Mrs. Latko and Mrs. Morrison are Ursuline teachers, but Amy and I graduated together, St. Christine's and Ursuline, and the SOS group is out here on a build.
Right.
And I see you are really good with power tools.
Yes, I think maybe I'm learning as I go.
Now, how did you guys find out about this organization to get involved?
Mickey called Ursuline and asked for the volunteer group, and we called him back, and so we have about 25 volunteers here today.
And, do you find families at need, and do you help Mickey find some of these families that could benefit from the beds?
We're probably right outside our door sometimes. They're right there. We just have to be more aware and help them as we can.
This is the cauldron where all of the beds get stained. How do you know when it's done?
We just keep flipping it until it looks evenly coated on each side, and then she goes over there to dry.
Would you come back and do this again? I mean, isn't this really a worthy cause?
Yeah, it is. It's really fun too, like learning how to do everything.
Yeah, I mean, you guys work with power tools much?
No.
If people wanted to donate or volunteer their time, how would they contact you and get in touch with this organization?
They can contact me at mickey.carter@shpbeds.org. They can call 234-567-3558. They can also go through our main website, shpbeds.org. Volunteers can also get in contact with our coordinator, Emily Leonard, just emily.leonard@shpbeds.org. And, donors can also get in contact with us in those ways.
Take off with the Casey Malone Show. Woo-hoo!
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
Open the Jewel Box, the Courthouse Inn, organic vegetarian comfort food, handcrafted cocktails, fine wine and beer, fresh baked cakes and pies. Recharge your senses at the Courthouse Spa. Dazzling dining, artfully prepared, locally sourced ingredients, spa services. The Courthouse Inn feels like a world away, just down the road in historic Lisbon, Ohio.
There's a new standard in assisted living.
One that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care.
Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location.
The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services.
And a truly elegant setting in Canfield.
Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
We've been in the Mahoning County for 70 years. We're not going anywhere.
Bree and I have been in this business since we were kids.
My grandpa built the business off of loyalty, honesty, and trust. My grandfather, my father, they have a legacy here.
We have learned all of these great things from both of them that, we will be sure to keep the legacy going into the fourth generation.
Get real, get Kamara.
At Rulli Brothers, the family is in the store. Meats, deli, produce, even the checkout. We work hard to ensure that you get the best products at a personal shopping experience. At Rulli Brothers Markets, our customers are our top priority. Our family is in the store.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadie's Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austin Town. This is Brian Tolnar. He is the PGA director for the Mill Creek Metro Parks and, of course, the main golf course and the par 3. And now you also oversee the deck hockey.
Absolutely.
And we're in the warming house, and you may remember when we had the ice rink here. It is now a hockey rink, but there's no Zamboni and there is no ice. It is, what kind of material is it made out of?
Well, it's made out of what they call a copolymer surface. It's basically a combination between rubber and plastic, and it's good for 12 months out of the year. And typically, it's a surface that they use for this region of the country that has a lot of heat and a lot of cold in the winters.
And so there's really no maintenance to it?
Zero maintenance to it.
And you don't use skates? You use either, inline roller blades?
You can use inline roller skates, you can use foot, you can use scooters, you can use wheelchairs for adaptive sports. So it's got a myriad of opportunity potential.
I mean, you were telling me that this is the only one in the state of Ohio?
This is
How did little old Youngstown, Ohio wind up with this?
Well, there's a number of them in Pennsylvania, all part of the Pittsburgh Penguins Foundation. When Troy and Afcoloni were with the Youngstown Phantoms, we had an opportunity to sit down with them in June of last year to discuss what we thought we could do up here, and lo and behold, they got their connections down at the Penguins Foundation.
Yeah, a little bit,
in check, and it was, like I said, it was between us, Newcastle, and Erie, Pennsylvania, and we're the first one that they've crossed the state of Ohio, or state lines.
Well, that is really something. How familiar are the people of our area with deck hockey?
Well, I think there's a number of people in the Youngstown-Mahoning Valley that travel to Cranberry, they travel to Pittsburgh, they travel to Cleveland to be able to participate in winter and off-season leagues and in the summer. And part of that is to get them back here to stay in the Mahoning Valley and be able to take care of the sports that they like to enjoy, whether it's roller hockey, scooter hockey, or even box lacrosse and wall soccer. It's got many different aspects of sports.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the lacrosse sticks, I'm not very proficient in any of those, but would you be able to substitute this for regular hockey to practice?
Absolutely.
Or would that still work for reflexes, and is it move that quickly, the puck on this kind of surface?
Absolutely. There's two forms that you can play. You can use what they call a hex puck, and that's for a puck on this plastic surface, or you can use what they call as ball or street hockey. So it's played with a round ball, probably about the size of a baseball, and it moves a little bit faster than the hockey puck, but it's a good transition from not having the ability to be on ice time to be able to still participate and practice your shot in the whole 9 yards.
Now, is this open to anybody, so any kids can just come and play on this?
It is. We're open 365 days a year, weather pending, of course. If you get snow and stuff, it may slow you down a little bit, but it's for 12 months of hockey, lacrosse, wall soccer, and adaptive sports as well. So, I mean, it gives you a myriad of opportunities to play. The deck hockey rink itself, comes with 2 players' benches areas. You've got
so
2
you can get
boxes.
leagues. You have the leagues and everything.
Absolutely. Scoreboard, scorekeepers area, and so on down the line.
Wow. I mean, this is really, I think this is cool. First of all, I didn't know we were the only ones in Ohio, which I really like that we are outstanding in something here. And are you a good player? How do you transition from golf to the deck hockey?
It's like Happy Gilmore, but the opposite.
Okay.
But no, it's fun. You don't have to be an avid player. You can play on foot. You can play on, like I said, the inline skates or anything like that. So, I mean, you can run around on there and chase the puck and the ball around. We bring our little kid up here all the time, and he really enjoys himself to go out there and run.
So you really can't damage the surface, like maybe not steal spikes, or you can't wear your golf shoes, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and but what else could you do on this?
Well, you've got box lacrosse, which is another sport that with the walls and the setups with the sideboards and panels, you can play that as well as wall soccer. So it's basically another way, another opportunity. Our goal when we started here was to make the Wick Recreation Area the recreational hub for Youngstown, the Mahoning Valley.
Yes.
And part of adding the lacrosse and the deck hockey and the wall soccer and adaptive stuff is in this deck hockey rink. So I mean, it gives us a multitude of opportunities beyond baseball, softball, and everything else that the Wick area encompasses.
And you won't really need the protective gear, do you, when you're playing with this? Because
you don't. We suggest it.
Like for your face,
you can bring a
maybe?
helmet or anything that you want to use just for protection. We do rent, whether it be hockey sticks, multiple sizes, just like we would at the par 3 course, and we also rent the lacrosse sticks and pucks and balls as well.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.